Hello again everyone, Varno here with another video rather quickly after the last one, and as you can see this one is about domination and what needs to change to make it a better game mode and to take it back to the glory days that it used to have. And you may ask what I mean by glory days, and I'll say this: I've played Domination since Modern Warfare, and it's been, my favorite game mode pretty much in every COD. There's been a couple different times where I rather enjoyed something else, but almost always been a domination player. Was never really a TDM player. Was never really a kill confirm player. It's always about domination. Something about the objective just, made it fun for me. So we're going to talk about three things primarily, and we may touch on some more minor things if I can think about them. But the three primary things are going to be the round flip and why it's broken, the skill-based matchmaking and party balancing in lobbies, and lastly, we're going to speak about flag neutralization and why it needs a return for Black Ops 3. So, the first thing, as I said, is going to be the round flip. A lot of people love the round flip. They think a little break in action is a nice little breather and, gives teams a chance to basically recollect themselves and build back up and basically take a break and, get back with the flow. But personally, I'm not a big fan of it. Not the round flip itself, I don't mind that, but what it entails. Now, it was introduced in Black Ops 2 as a way to ensure that both teams in a dom match had to deal with both sides of the map. You have your good side, you have your bad side. Now, you may be asking what I mean by that, but if you go back and look at Modern Warfare 3 Mission, if you spawned a dom, you had a much harder chance of getting to be successfully than the people who spawned at C and had the higher ground. So, why don't I like the round flip? Well, like I said, I don't mind the round flip. I don't mind that little break. I do hate that it makes it a lot harder to try to go for shutouts. You used to be able to do that pretty consistently depending on the people you're playing against. But nowadays, with the round flip, that gives the opposing team two chances to actually cap the initial flag, so you don't really ever get that chance for a good shutout. My biggest gripe with the round flip is the way Killstreaks work. If you're going to say that the round flip is in the game to make it fair for both sides, to make people have to deal with both sides of the map so that it's even and equal, then when round 2 starts, there needs to be no kill streaks available. There needs to be no specialist abilities available. Why? Sure didn't start round 1 like that. And it seems like if you're starting round 1 without anything like that, then you should start round 2 like that so that it actually is even and equal. Otherwise, you get one team who will most likely end up saving their streaks and their specialist abilities until the second round starts, and that way they can actually just throw a bunch of crap out and, make it much easier for themselves in round 2. And yes, I know what you're going to say, but Varno, both teams can do that. Both teams can hold on to their kill streaks, both teams can hold on to their specialist abilities and their weapons and make use of them. Yes, they can. But you know what? If you're anything like me or anything like the people I like to play with, we like to use the shit when we get it. And I feel that COD needs to have a use it or lose it mentality when it comes to the round flip in Dom. Same goes with safeguard and all that other stuff. You should not be able to save the shit until the next round. Once the round ends, make it go away. I wouldn't even mind if you take those points and give like half points back to the player. That'd be one thing. But not the full streak set. So, with that said, the second thing we're going to talk about is going to be the party balancing and skill-based matchmaking within Dom. Now, a lot of people know that skill-based matchmaking is not in effect as much as it was in Advanced Warfare, but it is still there, and it does still determine who you get in lobbies. And if you want proof of that, you can play with our party, where we have one person who is 500 plus score per minute in Dom, whereas the rest of us are working on bringing down our score per minute so we can get fun lobbies. When you have that one person who is a much higher score per minute, you will see the change in the lobby matchmaking. You will see basically the 500 plus people start coming in, and every time we've gotten anybody else in the lobby who is 500 plus, they're always the kill whores. They're not the people playing the objective. They're not the people pushing objective and trying to take it. They're the ones who want to spawn trap. They're the ones who want to, get their kill streaks and just basically get their big numbers. You'll see they'll end the game with like 40 kills and 10 deaths and like 0 caps or some shit like that. That's a problem. Skill-based matchmaking when it comes to objective-based game modes does not need to be score per minute based. It does not need to be KDR based. It needs to be objective-based. I would much rather have people playing in Dom on my team and the other team who are objective-focused than just sit back and farm kills focused. I don't like that shit. It's not fun to me, and I don't understand why it's fun to everybody else. And I say I don't understand, but I do. I mean, people just want their kills, they want their big games, they want their montages so they can put it up and be like, ooh, look what I did, look what I did. But when you have that type of skill-based matchmaking, where it's basing it off of score per minute, it's basing it off of KDR, it's not really taking objective play into effect, you get what we've all been experiencing, where if you play solo, if you play with one or two people, and you're halfway decent or better, then you end up getting the people on your team who don't do anything. They're not kill hoarders. They're not objective players. They will sit there and look at the, antelope horns in Hunted in the hut and just sit there and shoot at them for 30 minutes straight. Which we actually had that the other night, where we had a random who just shot at the antelope horns for the entire match. Now, as I said, what needs to happen is it needs to take into account whether the person plays the objective. I don't want somebody on my team, I don't want somebody in my lobby who doesn't play the objective, because it makes the game into just, it turns it into TDM. And you know what? If you want TDM, go play TDM. Go play Demolition. Go play Sacred. Go play something else. Go play something that's not objective based. It's just like Kill Confirm. When you see somebody post a big video or a screenshot where they've got like 60, 70 kills, but they have like 15 confirms. That's an issue. You need people who play the objective in objective-based games. And when you have the skill-based matchmaking and the party balancing, putting people on you and on your team or against you who don't do the objective, it causes major issues. With that said, we know that they're trying to do better. And I'm glad that Treyarch is trying to do better, but it's something that needs to happen sooner rather than later. Alright, so the third thing we're going to talk about, as I said, is the flag neutralization and why it's not in Black Ops 3. Now, Vandahar posted about this before the game came out, after the beta, and he said that flag neutralization does not feel right in Black Ops 3. Why? I don't know. I didn't follow through with it. I didn't look up into it, but that was one of the few things I really enjoyed about Advanced Warfare, was the flag neutralization. And the main reason was because how many times have you gotten to a flag, you're the first person on the flag, you're taking the flag, it's almost taken. Somebody jumps on the flag last second, you get shot, they don't, they get credit for the take, they get the points, they get, basically all the rewards for doing none of the work. For me, it happens a lot. It's kind of my personal joke that I will either get to a flag just in time to not get credit for it but get shot, or I'll be on a flag the entire time and then get shot while somebody else gets the credit for it. And that was what I really loved about the flag neutralization in Advanced Warfare, was the fact that, you're on the flag for half the time, you at least got some credit. It wasn't a full cap points, but you got some credit. And if you got on the flag after the flag neutralization, you still got credit for it. It wasn't the full cap credit, but you actually got credit for it. I don't know why Vandahar doesn't want it in his game. He says, I guess he feels that it makes it too slow, or makes it, or breaks up the flow of the game. But personally, I know that there were a lot of Advanced Warfare games in Dom we had where the flag neutralization made the game a lot more fun. And not just because we got credit for being on the flag and then dying, but because of the fact that it would take a game that was close and make it even closer, because you had that B flag that wasn't capped, you're both even, and you're both getting points, and you need that B flag. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Dom. I think that would really help it get fixed and make it better. And I appreciate you taking a look. And if you would, take a look at my previous video. It's about the Net Duma and why is it necessary for this game. Y'all have a good one.